Oh, here we go, you guys. With you have if you so the we always talk about, if I had a webinar thing, I would show you how we start off with our thoughts. Our thoughts start everything. And so everything we put into our mind, anything that we hear, everything that we see is going to be put into our thoughts, everything. And then our thoughts turn into emotions, and our emotions turn into our actions. And then our actions become our behaviors. They rule our lives. So it really always all starts with our thoughts. So what are your thoughts about yourself is where it all begins, with how you feel. Do you have a negative self-talk? Are you talking to yourself in a way that is hindering you from having these healthy relationships or anything in life? We get stuck sometimes, don't we? So this technique is super quick and super fun. This one that came to my mind, the self-talk, it helps you with your self-improvement. And so with our thoughts, because we have the adversary giving us all these thoughts, and we have our ex-spouses maybe, or friends who don't necessarily really should be calling themselves our friends, but we have these negative things that come to us. So they're lies, you guys. They're all lies. They're not in line with what God wants us to think. He wants us to believe that we are of infinite worth. He wants us to believe that we have infinite potential, and that we can turn to him in faith and accomplish anything in life. So get a piece of paper if you have one. If you don't have one, get one. Get a piece of paper that you can take out of your notebook, not one in your journal that you won't want to rip out, because this is an exercise that you'll want to do and then keep anyway, you want to tear it out. So a piece of paper, and on one side of the paper, write down all of your thoughts. So when you're wanting to accomplish something and you change your mind for whatever reason, what are the thoughts that make you stop? What are the thoughts that come to your mind that keep you from having in your life what you believe or what you would like to have? And some very common examples are, everyone's going to be different, but some very common examples are, I am not enough. That's one thing that comes with us. And this is all the create your life story stuff. This is all stuff that we talk about, we dive into in there too, is where did that first story in your life start telling you, I am not enough. I am not worthy. I am not smart. I am not capable. I am afraid. Those are just some things. And I'll be quiet for a second while you think about those thoughts. What comes to your mind if you're something you want to accomplish and that thought stops you? I am not loved is another one. Maybe think of, if it's hard for you to come up with some list, think of something you want to have in your life right now. What is stopping you from doing that one thing? And you can write as many as you want. I say at least 3, but some people can go on and on and write 10. I say at least 3. Write down 3 things. Just give you 30 seconds, and then this exercise will be just about 5 more minutes, and then I'll give some suggestions for this. 3 to 5. 3 to 5. 5 might be better. And then just let me know when you're ready. Or if I'm looking at your eyes. If you're still looking at your paper, I'll see that you're not ready. Also pay attention to how these thoughts make you feel. This is really good. I see Jamie looking at me, but that's just a still shot. So I don't know if you're ready, Jamie. Rachel, and anyway, if anyone needs any more time, I can go into the next step if you don't need more time. Okay, so now on the other side of your paper, I didn't really explain this, so I hope that it is helpful and that this will still work for you. I didn't explain on one side of your paper, you write these thoughts. On the other side, like the column, I actually have a template. I will post that in the group, a template, so that you can see how it's laid out. But on that one side, on the right side of your paper, next to the sentence that you wrote, I am not enough, or whatever you might have written. On the other side, write the exact opposite using two adjectives to kick it out of the water. It's not, it's something that's not just saying I am enough, but it's saying, like maybe I'm not, maybe I say I am not smart enough. And on the other side, I am brilliant, and I'm a genius brilliant, or I'm a brilliant genius, something like that. Two different, if you can come with two adjectives, it makes it even more powerful. The opposite. And it may feel unnatural to you because you haven't been listening to these thoughts. But this is the part that, what are the thoughts you want to feel about yourself instead of the ones that are on the left? Amy? Okay. So I didn't think to do this, but I thought to do this with you. I just barely thought about it. So I wrote down a couple of things myself. Um, it's been a while since I've done this exercise myself. So it's always helpful to bring things like this back up, because they change. Your thoughts for yourself change. Um, okay. Okay. So now, this is what you do is fold your paper in half. You know how you'd crease it in the middle and then rip it so that it's a straight rip so that you don't rip into either side. But tear your page in half so that you can have the two lists separately now. If I explain that okay in the first place, if your list is different than how I'm explaining, it might not work in this part. But essentially what we're going to do is rip up the part of the things that we say that are lies, rip it up, shred it, throw it away. And then we would focus on the ones that are on the right, which are truth. Those are the things that God would have us think of ourselves. They're the things that he thinks of us. They're things that we want to think about ourselves. And what we can aim for, I might not believe it right now, but these are the truth. This is our capabilities and our what is in us divinely and given to us, the gifts that we have, all of that. The stuff on the right is truth, and the stuff on the left is lies. It's from the adversary, it's from natural mindedness, it's from, and all that would be set out to hold us back. So once you do that, are you guys ready to rip it in half, tear it in half? Rip it in half. I actually do that same thing. And
it's like Dead Poet Society when he's like, rip, rip. I want to hear ripping.
We could watch Dead Poet Society. I love that movie too. I don't love the theme or the end necessarily, but I love there's so much inspiring stuff in that movie, isn't there? I also love Robin Williams.
Me too.
Rip, rip, rip. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do now, you guys. Rip, rip, rip. So these are lies. These are parts that we've been telling ourselves that are lies. And whether you're ready or not, it's something that you can get rid of, and you can reprogram your thinking, reprogram everything that you're putting into your mind and that you're bringing out of your mind. This will affect all of your behaviors and actions and the way you feel and think and relate with everything and everyone in your life is how you think about yourself. So now, if you have it shredded, I did this with someone and she flushed them down the toilet. I wouldn't suggest that because you might get a clogging in your toilet, but rip it up. Some people burn it, some people just getting rid of it. So what this practice does is it has you putting these thoughts, making these thoughts tangible, ripping them up and throwing them away. That it's stuff that you don't want in your brain anymore. So you're taking care of that by making it tangible and then ripping it up and throwing it away. So what you have left is the list that's on the right. And I will go first, and anyone else who wants to volunteer can go also. This makes it powerful, and it makes it helpful for yourself, and it can for others as well. It has you, this part of it is, it's harder when it's online, but in person, we do this in person. So we would have this when we do our seminar, get together somehow. Next year, I am planning a huge seminar, so we'll do that next year together. But what you do is you stand up and you say these thoughts. You say them out loud in a very positive and confident way. And so here's mine. I say, I am brilliant. I am God's daughter, and I have a divine worth and brilliancy. I have all of the resources that I need. And so what was the last one? I scribbled it. I don't remember what my last one was now. I didn't write it clear enough. I've got this. I think that the thought that was stopping me is I can't figure this out. And so I've got this, and I am resourceful. And so this turns into be your declarations. We also talk about declarations. We talk about changing your thoughts. This is what I would say to myself every morning and every night after you put it together, whether eloquently or just 3 different words: brilliant, resourceful, and I guess I think resourceful is both of them. Resourceful and capable. So those 3 words, there's a couple of things you can do with those 3 or 4 or 5, however many words you came up with. There's a couple of things you can do. I put those words on my alarm clock, and I set my alarm for 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. And when that alarm goes off, I stop what I'm doing. And my daughter has done the same thing. I love hers more than I've even loved mine. And I'm going to write this new one down for me. But oh wait, I can tell you what mine is if it's still in here. I haven't been doing it for a while. So once the cool thing about this is that your thoughts of yourself actually change to where you're like, yeah, I believe this. At first, you're not going to believe it. All that I have right now is I am grateful for financial freedom. That's what I have. That was something that I was really focusing on is financial freedom. I don't have it right now, but that was my declaration is I am grateful for my financial freedom. And my daughter's was, I am brave, loving, smart, safe, and strong. So she would stop at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. when she heard this alarm, she would stop what she's doing and say that. And now it's gotten to the point where she really believes it and she lives it. And then she needs to come up with some new ones. There's some other things that are stopping her. And so she wants to do some other declarations. So that's one way. I have a dozen ways that you can do it. But the point is we'll work on in different ways. We'll work on using these declarations. You can refine them. You can reword them. You can do that. There's I am exercises. I am thinking and thoughts. And then the perspective that changes who you're thinking. So let's see what Lenore says. There's a couple of advice here. Lenore says, you can set alarms on your phone with the name purpose where you could put the declaration. Yes. Yeah. So that's what I did when it says the name of the alarm or something. That's what I wrote. I'm grateful for financial freedom. I'm going to change that because that's working for me now. It's not freedom yet, but it's definitely working. And it's something that I feel like I can declare other things. So I'll keep declaring that and say, I'm grateful for my financial freedom, but I'll add some other things too. So anyway, there you go. Does anyone have any questions or do you want to declare what you wrote? And if you do it and standing up in confidence, that's a part of the act that kicks it out of the water. It's facing what you believe to be true. It faces this lie, which we've thrown away. It faces that with confidence and it kind of gets rid of that. So anyway, does anyone want to share theirs? If you don't, it's okay. But when we do it in person, we might encourage it strongly. Anyway, you guys are welcome to. But thank you for joining me, you guys, and for those of you who stayed on for the call. I love your support, and I love that you guys all have so much to offer me too, offer all of us. I really appreciate you guys. Have a good day. Happy Saturday. Happy week. We'll stay in touch. And I'll just do the chat. I'll let you know as I add things. I'll let you know.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Bye. Nora, I'll put the template on the website so that you can share the template with them. It's a little bit easier because it shows step by step, and then it kind of demonstrates it a little easier. So that's a good way. I'll put that on the website. Yeah. So thank you, Lenora. I did that with my daughter too, and I love it. It helps her so much. And have a good week. Bye.